Welcome back. John Becker joined by Knoxville mayoral candidate Jeff Talman. This is the first of two conversations. Mr. Talman, great to have you with us. We appreciate your time. Let's talk first about why you're running.
I love this community. I've been involved in the community in many ways over the course of the past 30 years. I've raised my children here. I like most of what I see, but I think there's another level that we can go to. And I think we need to have a healthy civic discussion about where we are, who we are, and where we're headed.
You've been in the mortgage banking industry for more than 2 decades, as you mentioned. Why do you think that's been a good platform for you to understand the challenges facing this city?
Well, if you listen to a recent Phil Bredesen, Bill Haslam podcast from the Baker Center, and they address housing, and the housing they talk about that's the most difficult is the housing I've been dealing with for the past 20 years. It's the housing that surrounded this station right here. I live in the 4th and Gill neighborhood. I've been involved there, and so there's been a lot of efforts to try to revitalize existing housing that is maybe has a lot of deferred maintenance, has great materials, great bones, but how do we make it modern for modern people? So it's been a great experience. I've had a chance to work hand in glove with hardworking men and women and to create buckets of equity for them. If you want to have a discussion on equity, call me. I'm available, because what we do is create real equity. So I know housing. We've got a real housing discussion going on at the moment. We've got what I call a disequilibrium between supply and demand. Some people call it a housing crisis. I want to think of it as a housing opportunity where we have unique demand, which we've talked about a little bit, to build the city in ways nobody's talking about. And so I know how hard people have to work to afford what stuff costs. I know the impact that the mayor's tax increase had on our fixed income seniors, our neighbors of more modest means, and it paradoxically had the effect of pushing people out of housing.
One other priority you mentioned is safety. We only have about a minute left, but where do you come down on that? Are we doing enough as a community to ensure that we are in a safe place?
No, not at all. In fact, that's why I got off the couch to get into this race. I want to live in a city where we have clear expectations, clear unambiguous leadership from the top as to what constitutes acceptable public behavior. And right now we have kind of that, but not really full-throated in the way in which we need.
What's one change you would make?
I think to a certain extent we saw what happened on Texas Avenue on Tuesday night, and the inability, that claimed the time of 25 police officers, and the inability to address those young people who imperiled their neighbors, imperiled the housing, and it occurred last year.
Shooting fireworks, yeah.
Totally unacceptable.
We're going to pick up on this conversation tomorrow as well and talk about the elements of the city budget. Jeff Talman with us tonight, and he'll be back tomorrow. For now, we turn it over